Good evening, everyone. I want to thank each and every one of you who's actually taking the time here today to looking at my video. My name is Stefano. I'm actually the founder and CEO of Gene Computer Corporation. We are a telecom-based company headquartered in Boston, and currently I am inside of the data center in Brockton, Massachusetts. Our data center is actually also we are an ISP as well. We provide internet services in the city of Brockton, and we start installing 5G antennas all around the city to provide wireless internet in the city of Brockton. So the purpose of my video today is this is not something that I do often, but today I find it necessary for me to come in and do this video, and that has to do with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp going down. Um, I am not the only one who actually faced that issue, where we have calls from customers calling and saying, "Oh, the internet is down." And then comes to find out that it was actually Facebook who's been down for pretty much the whole day. Now, the purpose of this video is to also educate a lot of people who doesn't know what happened behind it, what is happening behind the scene. Whenever that like for example, like posting this video on YouTube, right? Or picking up your phone and make a phone call, or even like going on Facebook or WhatsApp. When that calls happen, nobody knows really what happened behind the scene. Um, Especially on the consumers. So I'm actually here taking the time today, trying my best to, um, to explain to the consumers, to the Facebook, WhatsApp users, what kind of issue that us as a developer or network engineer we have to deal with. So inside of my data center, I have my own network built where we do provide and we do routing as well. A lot of network equipment, routers, switches, Cisco switches, servers. Um, so today's when I actually saw Facebook went down, and I didn't know because I find out late when I find out it was a customer of mine who called me and say, "Hey, um, do you know that the whole internet is actually down and we can connect, we cannot access nothing?" So I actually, pull up open my laptop and then connect to what I call a gateway, connect to my gateway. Um, that's actually, broadcast the internet around. So I connect to that gateway and I was able to see that customer online. So I had to actually tell the customer that, hey, I can actually see you online. And comes to find out, they were telling me that Facebook is down. They were not able to access Facebook, and they are also a heavy user of WhatsApp, and they were trying to send message on WhatsApp, but actually they couldn't. And that's when I actually do a search and finding out that Facebook pretty much been down the whole day, if not since yesterday. Um, so what happened is this, right? When people, let me try to explain like real quick that Facebook, WhatsApp, even though they have a very high usage on the internet, they are not the internet. And it seems like for a moment the whole world went dark, um, just because they cannot access Facebook and definitely WhatsApp, which is the mean of how people communicate um, globally, without having, picking up your phone or buy a calling card, to call someone, in a different country, a different part, right? Uh, so that's actually, to me, I think that clearly say that we need to refocus our usage on the internet. It's not just about Facebook. It's not just about, I can understand communication for for your loved ones. It's very important. Um, WhatsApp, but it's not about like, it's not really about Instagram or it's not really about Facebook. So um, when connecting to the internet, and right now I'm actually talking to um the consumer side, to the to the users that actually is not technology savvy, I will say actually this. So when connected to the internet is actually, and there's a ton of video on YouTube that you guys can find. When connecting to the internet, you literally connected to somebody else's networks, right? So we have multiple network connected to one another, right? And we have different vendors, right? All those companies use different type of brand of devices or equipment, right? We got um, HP. That's actually a very leading uh, um, vendor when it comes to the server side, and they have great, robust equipment. I'm actually a heavy HP user myself, right? All my racks are actually filled with HP servers. Um, On the network side, I do have actually Cisco equipment, Cisco switches. Sorry, I do not have a Cisco switch with me right now that I could show to the public. But again, if you guys Google Cisco switches, commercial grade Cisco switches, you guys will get to see, some are thin, some are small, some are big, and some are even like humongous. Don't get me wrong. Um, and we have also routers. Now, when I mention routers, I'm sure that you guys know, very familiar to wireless router, to the Soho um, router, smart office, home office type routers. Um, well, when it comes to data centers, we use different type of equipment. And one of the equipment that I'm actually gonna show you is actually this right here. Okay. So, sorry, I love um, this particular type of router. This is a Ubiquiti Edge router. This is a Ubiquiti Edge router R8, right? As you guys can see, I actually really do love that. Actually, so inside of the data center, we have redundancy. We have actually two of those, you know, at the edge of our network. Okay, so pretty much, um, the outside world goes through these, to communicate with us, and our customers also do have their own that I install as well, and still it goes through those two core routers to communicate with us. So Facebook went down today, and it's clearly I can say that is because their core network actually went entirely down, um, because they have redundancy. If it was just one site that had an issue, they actually do have failovers, multiple data centers that everything is being transferred to. Now, I know Facebook was actually in the mix of having a new data center. Could that be a mistake of the on the person who's programming and connecting that new site? By doing by setting up something called BGP as a like a border gateway protocol, internally to Facebook. Could that be also happen? That could be a possibility. But yet, I don't think that would have take the whole the entire Facebook down globally, as they have different core routers, okay, different core networks. But I think the main core network actually is what went down on Facebook today, because after there's a comment, if you go on if you are a Windows user and you do ping, you go on the search bar, you type CMZ, and then there's gonna be a black box that's opened up that said comment prompt, and then you type ping Facebook. And when I did that today for like pretty much the whole day, several times, and Facebook was not responding until like 10-15 minutes ago. They were not responding at all. So it's because their core network, their main network was down. Um, Now, is that what Facebook says that happened? No. Just like you, I'm still hoping and waiting to see what Facebook is going to say about this outage, because this outage definitely did cost people a lot of money. Actually, there's a lot of businesses on that on Facebook. There's a lot of people that rely on Facebook heavily on marketing, um, and I'm sure that not I'm sure they were all affected. Um, Again, that also should open eyes by saying, hey, should Facebook be the only social media platform, the only globally social media platform that actually exists? Because Facebook bought Instagram, Facebook also bought WhatsApp, and once their core network was down, pretty much everything was down. Now, should we keep on? Should it be like this every time? The answer is no. Um, Now, again, just like you, I'm waiting to see what Facebook has to say regarding the outage. I still actually, even though it actually shows up and say that you can log in, you still cannot log into Facebook as of yet because it gave you that error message that says that Facebook will be back soon, and Facebook is down for required maintenance right now. Now, that's what the screen is actually saying right in front of me. Again, based on my knowledge, based on my experience, I can tell that Facebook core network was down, not just one data center, because they can actually always, when one data center goes down, and that happen every single day for no matter what the company is, that do happen. The power, server goes down, server failures, all this can play in. Um, but when one data center goes down, automatically everything got switched to the other side. So there is a zero down tolerance. That's actually and there's business continuity that always happen. Um, so if there's actually any comment, please give actually please go ahead and comment in the bottom of that screen. Give it a like if you please, and share it if you like to, please. That again, this is honestly my very first time really taking the time to sit down and talk about what happened to Facebook this morning, for the whole day, pretty much globally. Um, and again, it was actually based on my experience. It was actually an outage um, that happened to on their core network. And the core network, me personally, as a network developer, as a network engineer, I see it and build network, design different routes, BGP, OSPF, and all those. But yet again, we're still waiting to find out what really was the real cause. Because I know Facebook had a new site coming up, that could be a misconfiguration that happened on the core network that bring Facebook down for the whole day. We don't know. At some point, it was almost like I myself had to ask, was it the end of Facebook as well? Because it was being predicted that Facebook will be the very first company that will go down, eventually at some point, where completely shut doors and all that. Um, and it did feel like that because a lot of people was actually heavily complaining because they couldn't believe it, like no matter who it is, no matter what the company is, even the government, they actually the military, they all on Facebook, to share photos, videos, even do video calls on Facebook Messenger. So let's actually wait and hopefully Facebook um respects us enough, even though there was like the whistleblower that actually came, and it was quite a coincidence to find out right after that interview, and then Facebook went down, and that's what scared people the most. Was Facebook was going down, and their stock actually get some pretty good hit too this morning. Today actually, their stock went took some hit. So again, my name's Stefano. If you have comments, please go ahead and put it in the bottom. So this is my first time really taking the time to do a video, as I but I'm gonna try to do more video now on YouTube, um, and then to share all the knowledge that we have here with you guys. In the meantime, I will say this: if anyone has a um, a social media idea, please do not be afraid to come up with that idea. Post it in the comments. Say that you have a social media idea, you have a messenger idea that you like to actually bring to life, and I can help you with doing so. Um, Again, let's wait for Facebook. We don't know what really happened. There was a lot of funny memes, showing Mark Zuckerberg, um, with his hat on, tied in, fixing the wires. Again, it was funny memes on Twitter. And again, I'm looking forward to get to know what truly really happened on Facebook. Again, my name is Stefano. Company name is Gene Computech Corporation. Please feel free to visit us at genecomputech.com. We are a co-location data center. Um, we are a data center. Actually, we offer co-locations. We are also an ISP, IXP as well, and a voice service provider. We are headquartered in Boston, and we definitely serve the whole region of Massachusetts, and also the whole east side of the country. Please, feel free to leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on this video, especially regarding the Facebook outage that happened pretty much the whole day. On this note, I say thank you, and thank you.